Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Monday afternoon. Welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham. Alongside Jim Hardy, we'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Excuse me. Clear my throat here. We're coming off a disappointing weekend as Auburn falls to Alabama in overtime. Last second shot by Mark Sears. That's what it came down to. It was a tight game in throughout. Auburn battled back. They kind of dropped, were behind in the first half, but battled back. We'll talk about that game, break down some of those numbers. Here, this is the position that we didn't want to be in. That two things can be true. Auburn, number one, was the best team in the country for most of the season, most of the regular season. That is true. Now here they are on a two-game losing streak going into the SEC tournament. That's true as well. You don't want to be on a three-game losing streak going into the NCAA tournament. That would certainly not be where you want to be. So, it is Auburn's in kind of a really odd position here that they've been so good. They are still that team, but there's so much to talk about with Chad Baker-Mazara getting kicked out of the game. What does we've talked about the SEC tournament, how it's irrelevant, but Auburn, who will they be playing? Well, they'll be playing the winner of the whoever Ole Miss plays will either be Arkansas or Kansas, Arkansas or South Carolina. More than likely, it'll be Arkansas, I guess, the winner of the Arkansas-Ole Miss game. Auburn's beaten both of those teams this year in the regular season, so that's probably a good matchup for Auburn, but we'll have to wait and see how those come out. But we'll take a look at the SEC tournament as well. Auburn baseball wins 2 of 3 from Old Dominion. They should have won 3. Blew a 7-run lead. We're up 9-2. Blew that lead over Old Dominion in one game, in the middle game. And softball, not a good weekend as they dropped the first 2. They'll play this afternoon or tonight, 7 o'clock on the SEC network. The last game, really need to win that one. Just absolutely need to avoid the sweep if at all possible. So we'll talk about these things and much, much more. But first of all, how was your weekend?
It was good, except for Saturday. That's kind of – I'm not going to be one of these –
bummer.
I'm not going to be one of these that's going to be negative on it. I'm going to stay positive. I think they played a good ball game. I think now a point you've already brought up, if one of our players hadn't, decided to get himself ejected, then I think the outcome of the game is different because they have to guard different when he's out. There's a different group of guys in. Denver still maintained Sears, keeping him pretty much dead on that three-point line. And when you can do that, when you can hold Alabama down like that and score 90 points, we should have won the ball game. So I'm going to say that the last two, as you referred to, that squad that's still there, that whole team's still there, but those 2 games, the whole team didn't play together.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of things about this game that were, like I said, I mean, Auburn guarded the three-point line. They only gave up, 7 three-pointers to this Alabama team, which is what they want to do. But Auburn gives up 52 points in the paint. Way too many easy shots for this Alabama team.
You know, the X factor, I think, for them this time versus when we played them in Tuscaloosa was Nelson. I mean, he really showed up and played a basketball game that he didn't have that presence before. Now, granted, during the game, did his little maneuver, was that kind of taunting? I believe it was, because there's no other reason to do that. Now, did you point at one person and do it? I don't know that he did that, but he intentionally did that. That's why people do things. That's why they point fingers and shoot birds and everything else. They're trying to get a point across. He tried to get his point across.
Yeah.
And for them to overlook it and act like, hey, we don't know what that is, then there's something wrong there too.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I mean, that's fine. You know, it didn't cost Auburn the game.
Oh, no.
Where does Janai Broome get fouled and not get called? Yes. That tended to happen. And there were a lot of fouls that were not called in that game, probably both ways. But we were looking, and, you know, I was concerned about Janai Broome going into the tournament. Well, those fears were answered as he got, 34 in this game, led Auburn, 8 boards, 3 assists, 5 blocks, back to his normal self. So that's great. That's good to know. But it wasn't enough. We didn't have enough. Chaney Johnson, again, Auburn is at its best when you got like 5 or 6 guys contributing.
Yeah.
No question about it. You got to have Chaney Johnson stepping up. You need some more from Denver Jones, as he had 9 points. Not that he had a bad game. I mean, 6 assists. He had a nice game, but it just Auburn's getting killed on the boards, and that's a very concerning thing, because that's all about effort.
Right. Well, that, the last 2 games particularly that they've lost, it has been getting beat on the offensive board. Yeah. And that's a big difference right there. I mean, there's one thing to get beat on your defensive board, but an offensive board, to me, that's like an effort.
Yeah. I mean, you give up 18 second chance points to this Alabama team. I mean, that's concerning moving forward. There's no question about it. Pettiford was outstanding, especially in the second half. I would have loved to have seen Auburn, and I've talked about this. I keep harping on this, but I just don't understand it. This modern era of, used to 20 years ago, if you had the last shot, you'd call timeout, you'd drop a play, you'd run that play, you'd go to the basket, or you'd have an open look. This idea now, well, I'm just going to dribble out the clock, and I'm going to take either a 30-footer or I'm going to take a fadeaway like Janai Broome did. He can make that shot, but I would have much rather seen him or somebody drive to the basket or drop a play and get a much better open look for the last shot of the game. Maybe we could have won it in regulation, and then how would we all feel about this weekend? Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. I don't feel that yes, it's negative because we lost, but I'm still positive in the fact that Auburn played overall a good enough ball game to win. They just had a few things go in their direction that helped them lose. I still point back at the Baker Mazar. If he's on the floor, Alabama has to guard differently, and that changes the game.
Well, he might have got one of those rebounds,
right,
one of those loose balls, yes, he can make some clutch shots, threes from anywhere on the court.
Now the questioning is obviously because this has happened twice now. This is not a new thing since he did it at Yale or in the Yale game. Do you trust him going forward?
Well, Steve brings up a question. Is Chad Baker-Mazara a liability?
There you go.
But did you see Youngblood elbow him back in the back? And the ref said incidental contact. Also, Auburn offense is becoming stagnant. I don't know how the offense is stagnant. You got 91 points in this game.
Yeah. I don't think I think it's what he's seeing or trying to refer to. It's stagnant because it's not, with all your pieces in there not flowing together, it kind of looks like that because one person's having to tote a lot of, Broome scores 30 where he should have been scoring 20. And then like you said, when you got Chaney out there that needs to have put together some more points, that's the key to Auburn is that inside. If Chaney and Broome and those guys can get, say Broome gets his normal 15 to 18, well, the other two down there get 8 to 10, you can't play with Auburn. But that right now, that whole machine's not working together.
Is Chad Baker-Mazara a liability? Do you consider him that? I mean, you take the good with the bad.
That's right.
Take the bad with the good. Mm-hmm. Does it balance out? Because
there's a lot of, talking heads out there in the national media that says without him on the floor, Auburn's not the same team. Like he is, even though Janai is up for discussion of National Player of the Year, Broome is right there. Right. Yes. Chad Baker is the gap between those point guards and our post guys that he just makes it all work.
If somebody could sit him down, and this is Pearl's job, you got to sit him down and you got to say, look, you got to give us the good and we got to minimize the bad here, Chad.
Now, was it what Steve brought up? Did he? Because I noticed a lot of contact before he got thrown out by Alabama on him.
Did he just get him in the head?
Right. Did he just get frustrated and say, I've had enough, is what I'm saying. I get it.
We can deal with the flagrant one.
Right.
You can't get thrown out of the game, though.
Right.
That's just, you can't do it.
Because there's going to be, in basketball, there's going to be some trash talk. There's going to be back and forth. Even in football, you can hide it a little bit. If a guy cheap shot me, I can get him back on another play, and most people won't ever see it. Basketball, there's no hiding. He's right there.
Up against our first break, love to know what you think. More to come, 256-234-6221. More to come right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at BamaSheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Discover great deals on Kawasaki motorcycles, watercraft, side-by-sides, and more. Save big on championship-proving KX motorcycles. Get a great deal on iconic Kawasaki jet ski personal watercraft, or take advantage of big adventure for less with savings on our rugged Terex side-by-sides. There's no better time to save on our exciting lineup of Kawasaki vehicles. Visit Adams Motorsports on the Boulevard today, or see all the Kawasaki products at adamsmotorsports.com, where your pleasure is our business.
Get ready to smile, because it's Truck Month at Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Take your pick of over 40 brand new Chevrolet Silverados, discounted up to $14,000 off while they last. New Chevy Equinox, the compact SUV featuring high-tech options, discounted up to $5,000 off. Enjoy no payments until summertime. Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way. GlennSmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Just getting started on today's show. About 45 more minutes left. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center, 9 locations around Central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. Sensa Green, heating, cooling, and insulation. About to get a little warmer, I believe. I even saw some 80. I saw an 80.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, it'd be nice, for sure. At least the rain's moving out. That's going to dry up. That's we needed it, but that's good. Good to get it and good to see it headed on out. But Sensa Green, heating, cooling, and insulation for air that's fresh and clean. Call Sensa Green, 334-487-3555. And finally, J.A. Smith, Construction and Excavation. No jobs too big, no jobs too small, residential or commercial. Give them a call today for all your needs, 334-531-0199. Talking about Auburn's loss to Alabama, 93-91 in overtime, last second shot. Hey, this is what March is all about. You're going to see a lot more of these kind of games where it comes down to that last second. You got to put yourself in a better position if you're Auburn not to be in that where it comes down to that last shot. Auburn had multiple opportunities in the second half to really take control of the game. They would get up, I think they had a lead, 5 or 6, and had an opportunity to build on that, and would throw the ball away, would miss a point blank shot, miss a couple of free throws. down the stretch, it was one thing after another. They absolutely could not really, really put a grasp on this game, and that was disappointing for sure. Bruce Pearl said after the game, we talked in the locker room about the things that we did well and the things that we did not do well, the things that we need to do to win that game. Obviously, those are two teams that are capable of getting to the Final Four. I would agree with that 100%. Alabama's a really, really good team.
Right. Yeah, I think some people are, like I said, I'm trying to keep it positive. People are losing perspective as well. Yes, they lost, but they lost to one of the nation's best teams out there. Yeah. And we are truly nitpicking what it took to lose to a top 5, top 4 team out there. Not to say there's not things to be concerned about with Chad Baker and some of our injuries and nagging things like that, but I mean, in the end of the day, you lost to a top 5 team. Yeah. You've lost to a Florida that's a top 3 team. You can go down the list. Really, the only outlier out there is Texas A&M, and I think you only lost that game because Denver wasn't on the floor. If he's on the floor and holding their point guard like he should have been, we'd have won that ball game.
You say that, and bad matchup and all this kind of thing.
Right.
Coming off of, clinching the SEC title.
They literally, if you get on X and look at it, Janai Broome and some of the rest of them are like all they talked about, they wanted to win the SEC. Well, they got what they wanted, and they literally walked into that game just like, okay, we'll show up and win,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said, I thought Janai Broome demonstrated to the country why he's the National Player of the Year. Think he wrapped it up with that performance?
No.
No? Mm-mm. Think Cooper Flagg's still going to win it?
Yep. I've changed my mind. I thought that Broome, because of the toughest league he's in and everything, but there seems to be so much national bias for Cooper. You're not going to be able to overcome it. Like, he literally, kid can't do anything wrong. If he scores 12, it's like he scored 30. And if he scored 30, it's like he's a first-round NBA pick. It's all set up right now in determination of, I'm looking at it as popularity contest. And the popular vote is going to say Cooper Flagg. Now, if you look at MVP, I looked at it, I forgot what it was, it might have been Saturday. Auburn's list of games, Janiyah has had 17, 18, 19 of those games that he was the leading scorer for the ball game. Cooper, on the other hand, has not. He's had like 13 or 14 of those where he was the leading scorer. Yeah. Then you go down the columns. The only thing that Cooper's leading him in is average per game. Other than that, Janiyah's got more.
Barely.
Yeah, but Janiyah's got more blocks, more. You go down the rest of the list, and Janiyah owns all that.
Yeah.
But I think it's come down to a popularity contest, and I think they're going to give it to him.
Yeah. Be interesting to see. But obviously it's a two-man race.
Now,
I think for sure.
Now, is the voting said and done before the end of the SEC tournament? Does the Janiyah go in? If Janiyah goes in the SEC tournament and puts up these couple 30 games, then that could open up some eyeballs. He just didn't do himself any favors when he had an 8-point game and a 9-point game.
No, that's true.
Because your 34 had to help your average out.
He said, as I explained to Janiyah after the game, that's what I expect from him. It was great to see him step up. Just need him to continue to step up because it was great to see him be capable of that. No question about that. It makes me feel a lot better moving into tournament time is to see Auburn's best player step it up, being able to get back to his dominating fashion. So we'll take your comments. We'll take your phone calls. When we come back, more to come right after this edition of the Auburn Blitz.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in Carrier Cool Cash rebates. Visit Sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensigreen.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Presley Appliance and Furniture, located on Cherokee Road in Alexander City, is locally owned and operated with over 35 years of experience in the appliance and furniture business. Specializing in Amana, Whirlpool, KitchenAid, and Ashley Furniture, Presley Appliance services what they sell and will make sure you receive top-notch customer service. Call them today at 256-329-9762 or drop by to see them on Cherokee Road in Alexander City. Presley Appliance and Furniture, where they service what they sell.
Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply is your headquarters for all the brands contractors know best. We are your local home improvement store with 9 convenient locations throughout Central Alabama. We have a huge selection of Weber and Traeger, Pelican coolers, Milwaukee and DeWalt tools, and other top brands. No matter the project, we have you covered with our high-quality lumber and building supplies. From do-it-yourselfers to seasoned pros, Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply has what you need to get the job done.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event, from tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering, or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Just about 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Go and check out our social media, our YouTube page. Subscribe to that. It is growing by leaps and bounds each and every day, each and every week. So thank you so much for going and subscribing to that. Hit that little notification bell. You'll get a ding every time we have every time we're on the air. Brett and Randy, Brett doing the podcast in the mornings, just with faith, and had Andy Burcham on there this morning, so go and check that out. You can always check us out on our YouTube page, our Facebook page as well. So, and you can always catch us right here on your Spectrum cable dial as well, on the old good old-fashioned television. We were talking about the SEC game between Auburn and Alabama, moving into the SEC tournament. How is this going to work out? John says, of the lower SEC teams, who, if any, do you see challenging in the SEC tournament? I'll give you first choice. We were talking during the break to give your choice.
Yeah, I'm going to go with I'm going to go with the Razorbacks.
Okay.
Great coach, a lot of experience coaching
Sure.
big tournaments. They have won the last 4 out of their 5 ball games they've played. 2 of those have been nationally ranked opponents, beat Missouri and beat Mississippi State in that run. So I think they're coming off of a good stretch of playing ball. Everybody knows South Carolina is just South Carolina, and I don't expect them to do a lot.
I don't, yeah.
So I think you're going to see an Arkansas-Ole Miss matchup, and then Arkansas is going to take down Ole Miss, and then eventually Auburn beats Arkansas.
Okay. All right. I'm going to go with Georgia. I don't know. I got a feeling I think it's a good matchup for them with Oklahoma. I think they beat Oklahoma, and then I think they beat Kentucky, and they play Alabama, and Alabama probably beats Georgia, moves on to Saturday. You're going to see a rematch with Alabama and Florida, so that should be a fun game, and I would not be surprised you'll see an Auburn-Tennessee rematch. So we'll see what happens with that, but those two teams.
That'd be my question there is, on if that works out on that side, which I think it could, is Texas A&M playing Tennessee. Could you see Texas A&M pulling it off? Either one of those. The reason I ask, because if Auburn makes it to the Saturday game, either one of those presents a different set of problems for Auburn.
They do.
Yeah.
Definitely you could, because they both play. Tennessee plays a lot of close games.
Yeah.
And A&M does as well.
Right.
And they both play that slow down, very defensive heavy style, physical style, and that ends up usually being games that come down to the last minute or two of that game. So yeah, it could go either way. That's for sure.
Because they matched up against each other back on the 22nd of February, and it was, let's see here, 77-70 in A&M's favor.
Right.
Yeah, in Tennessee's favor, sorry. They
Where
lost
was
to
it
Tennessee.
play?
At home.
Okay.
At A&M. Yeah.
Well, we'll see what happens with that.
So, 7 points, that's an easy swing.
Sure.
Yeah.
One way or the other. What do you feel like Auburn needs to win?
I think the difference is, from everything that all the prognosticators that are out there that think they know what they're talking about on seeding and all that stuff, that it doesn't matter if Auburn lost their first game, they're a number 1 seed.
Yeah.
But they're going to have to win at least 1, if not 2, to get the overall number 1 seed.
I think so.
Yes. And this is another one that me and Andy talked about it off the show the other day. Next week when we come back and we start discussing the real March Madness tournament, we're going to break everything down and show people, percentages of Auburn's got a chance to win it. But here's one little tip that things will be given away next week. Did you know that no team in the last 25 years has won the national championship that did not play in at least the semifinals of their conference championship? So if Auburn don't win one, they lose in round 1, you might want to scratch them off the board.
Right. Well, All you got to do is win one game.
But that's what I'm saying. If they go in there, they've already had 2 in a row we've lost.
Yeah.
So say they run into a hot Arkansas with Big Z, he throws up, all them shots he shot last time, 12 times, I think, missed every one of them. If he makes half of them, Auburn lost to Arkansas.
Well, that's good information there.
Yeah.
I don't going into the tournament on a 3-game losing streak is
bad news.
I don't think it's disastrous, but it is because I say that because number one, you're going to be a number 1 seed,
right?
And you're going to get a 16 seed,
right?
So that's a game that can get you off the schneid,
right?
Number 1,
right?
Then you're going to play that 8-9, and that's going to be a difficult matchup, regardless of whether you're the number 1 overall seed or whether you're not, because those seeds are usually that Midland, but you can't be. It could be a good team.
Now spin it the other side of that conversation, like what you've already brought up in the SEC tournament that could be going on. If they get to an Ole Miss Arkansas, that's an 8-9 seed.
Yeah.
Well, when Auburn wins that 16 seed ball game, they'll play round 1. They're not going to have easy games after that, and I think it's a huge. What this 25-year study has showed, it's a huge red flag. If they're not good enough to get into their semifinals, then something's wrong. They've got a flaw somewhere.
Yeah. Now, is Janai Broome look pretty healthy? He's still not getting quite the lift that I would like to see.
I mean,
but is Denver Jones?
That's the one that you hope that he gets, built back up and gets his
Chad
full.
Baker Mazzara, 100%.
They'll hold it together.
Can he hold it together?
Yeah. Because
there are a lot of questions.
We've got possibly having an Alabama, Tennessee, Florida, those 3 being, and Auburn. All 4 of them could possibly be number 1 seeds. 2 of them will be number 1 seeds, I feel like, and possibly a third. But going back to the conversation I just had, which one of those 4 teams or 2 of those 4 teams may not make the semifinals that we can scratch off the board that have no chance of winning the title?
Yeah.
Because it's going to expose them. I think the pretender in that bunch is Tennessee. They're good, but they're not good enough.
John says Alabama limped into the NCAA tournament and out quickly in the last year and made it to the Final Four. So, that they
there's a difference. Making it to the Final Four and winning it's 2 different ball games.
That's for sure.
Mark Sears got hot and got in the 20s every game. He was playing some ball. And it exposed Alabama as the one thing they don't do well is play defense.
Yeah. We're up against another break here, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
This is Joseph Dean with Frederick Dean Funeral Home and Crematory. I am pleased to announce that Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation is now open to serve the public at our location on the corner of 49 North and 280 West in Dadeville. Please stop by and see lifelong resident of Dadeville, Molly Kaler, who will be running the office and meeting with families who want to plan ahead and pre-need their services. We are also available by phone 256-750-0381 or online at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
Bugs Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bugs Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bugs Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bugsisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bugs quote.
Looking to transform your outdoor space? Look no further than Bama Sheds. As a family-owned and operated business, we understand your needs. That's why we offer no credit check, rent-to-own options. Enjoy free delivery and setup within 35 miles of our 4 convenient locations. Whether you need a shed, pole barn, garage, or carport, we've got you covered. Visit our website at bamasheds.com or call 256-268-8484. Bama Sheds, where quality meets affordability and your outdoor dreams become reality.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump.
Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill and Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life. EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area. Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit allagames.com.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Just a couple more segments. The AP Top 10 is out. Duke is number 1. Houston is number 2. Auburn is number 3. Florida is number 4. Alabama number 5. St. John's, Michigan State, Tennessee, Texas Tech, and Clemson rounding things out. Again, it was nice to be the number 1 team, for most of the year, but that's all meaningless now. Like you said, that may lead credence to what you said, though, that Auburn needs to win at least one game, maybe 2, to win that number 1 overall seed, and maybe they've lost it by losing to Alabama. Maybe that cost them, and it's going to be Duke. I don't know how you could put it. I don't know how you could put Houston. Even that, it's been a while since Auburn and Houston played, but Auburn does have that. Auburn does have that tiebreaker over Houston, having that head-to-head. But regardless, we'll see what happens. We'll see what when the seeds come out. But just go ahead and concentrate on this game. If you're Auburn, go ahead and win this first round matchup, which won't be until Friday. But we'll see what happens.
Well, now that you've said that, is that the motivating factor they need to pump them back up to go, hey,
I hope
these
so.
people don't respect you?
I hope so. They need something. They certainly.
They need a new ignition switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some other sports going on. Auburn baseball now 13-3. They took 2 or 3 from Old Dominion. Again, they should have taken, gotten the sweep. Blew a 9-2 lead on Saturday, and pitching. You had 2 innings. I think it was the 7th and 8th inning. You gave up 9 runs in those 2 innings.
Can't do that.
It happens in baseball. Sometimes you get a team gets on a roll and things get away from you. But that was not good. Obviously, that stunk. But you come back. Auburn's got some young pitching that's really, really promising. Christian Chatterton, man, the kid on Sunday, he may be the next really, really good pitcher at Auburn.
You think he's on the Mize level? That's a big
to be a freshman right now,
yeah,
and to be pitching the way he is, he could be headed that way.
That's pretty big shoes.
Yeah, he's got some big shoes to fill, for sure. But we'll see. Auburn's got a game in the midweek, and then Vanderbilt comes in, and then
it's on.
It's on after that, for sure. Softball. Again, Auburn drops the first 2 after a stellar out-of-conference schedule. They come in and Mississippi State. They go out to Mississippi State. Had a lead in that first game, and it got away from them. Mississippi State, give them credit. They came back and I think they scored like in the 6th inning to take the lead, 5-4, and did not give it up. And then yesterday, Auburn loses 9-4. I think pitching's going to be an issue for this Auburn softball team. Unfortunately, you're going to have to outscore some teams. And, I know that sounds but the Auburn offense is going to have to really come alive, and you're going to have to face some really good pitchers in the SEC. So we'll see what happens tonight, 7 o'clock on the SEC Network. Auburn really, really, again, needs to get this one tonight and avoid the sweep if they can. Not going to get any easier as they're going to play Georgia Tech in the midweek, and then Texas A&M will come into Auburn this coming weekend. Got to take another break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with one final segment right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction, licensed general contractor and your trusted choice for land clearing and grading, site work, underground utilities, concrete paving, and material hauling. They also do storm drain installations, fish ponds, and slough dredging. Call Alexander at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. No job is too big or too small for J.A. Smith Construction, the top choice for all of your land service needs.
For air that's cool and clean, call Sensi Green. For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Turn to the experts at Sensigreen and find out how to get up to $1,000 in carry or cool cash rebates. Visit Sensigreen.com today to be worry-free when it comes to your home comfort and indoor air quality.
For air that's cool and clean, care about the air you breathe, call Sensi Green.
Sign Source is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama. Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Are you ready to showcase your skills and compete with the best in Alabama? The 42nd Alabama State Games are coming to Birmingham and Jefferson County from June 13th through the 15th, and it's your chance to be part of something incredible. Athletes from across the state will compete in sports ranging from archery to wrestling. Those participating in the opening ceremony are eligible for academic scholarships ranging from $500 to $5,000. Mark your calendar. Registration opens March 1st. Visit alagames.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Monday afternoon. Brent got an interesting comment. Considering the type of schedule that Auburn has played, how many people thought that Auburn would be 27-4 at the beginning of the season? I don't think not many, for sure. Auburn is the only team that has played the other four in the top five. That's where the 3 losses come from. Jim made reference to that at the beginning of this program. Yeah, there's no question Auburn's has played, the most difficult schedule. They got the most quad 1 wins. That still rings true. I don't know why you would penalize them. We come across this all the time about when did you lose these games.
Right.
Just because you lost them at the end of the year as opposed to the beginning, they're still losses, right? So, but that's what it comes down to in the NCAA tournament so many times, who's the hottest team.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, Auburn is not. Can you get that magic back? I certainly hope so. It would go a long way if they could, as we've been talking about, win one of those, win this semifinal game here on Saturday or on Friday, get back in those winning ways, and even go ahead and win the thing. Now, used to a week or two ago, I said I'd sooner them lose in the NCAA tournament and go ahead and get out of it and heal up. Now, because you've lost 2 straight, I'm thinking maybe it'd be better for them to win it.
Yeah.
To get back on that roll. So.
Well, the good is they're not playing till Friday.
That's right.
But even better than that, they're playing early in the day on Friday, so they got the rest of the day Friday if they were to win, and Saturday to lay around a little bit.
Right.
So there's a little bit of rest in there.
Hopefully so. Hopefully so. We'll see. I don't know. Just Auburn's a really, really, really good team. They just need to remember who they are, and they need to get everybody healthy, like we've been saying. And Chad Baker-Mazara, you got to find some way to get him to play within himself, play within the structure of the offense, and to stay on the floor, because he's a very important piece to this Auburn team for sure. No question about it. All right, it is the 10th day of March on this Monday afternoon. Happy birthday, Chuck Norris. 85 years old.
Goodness.
Chuck Norris.
He's been after it for a long time.
Yeah, he has for sure. I would still not take him on at 85.
I've seen some of his videos he's doing with his exercise programs of him and his wife. He's still in good shape.
Yeah. Joe Bugle, born on this day, 1940, one of the great offensive line coaches in the NFL history. Sharon Stone, born on this day. 1958. Bobby Petrino.
Oh, my goodness. I wonder if any motorcycles were born on this day.
I don't know. Somewhere, Bob Petrino is not riding a motorcycle. Bobby Petrino, born on this day, 1961. One of the great defensive backs in NFL history, Rod Woodson, played for Pittsburgh for all those many years.
One of the greats.
Yeah, born on this day, 1965. John Hamm, Mad Men. You ever watch that show? I never watched it either. Heard it was really, really good though. But he was in the latest. He was in that Maverick.
Okay. The Tom Cruise movies.
Yeah, he played a role in that one as well. Carrie Underwood, born on this day, 1983.
Okay.
One of the American Idol winners, has gone on to have a tremendous career.
She has.
Does the lead in for Monday Night Football now. She did the God Bless America at the swear-in for Trump, and the music didn't work. She just didn't flinch at all. Did it a cappella and killed it. So she has turned out to be one of the. I guess she may be probably the best of those American Idols. I've never seen an American Idol.
Really?
Never watched the show.
Oh my goodness.
I think I'm the only American who has never done that.
It would be kind of, I don't know what the word you want to call it, odd for anyway, because you be an American Idol yourself, that Idol on TV, for you to be watching other people like you.
Well, this is true.
Right.
Yeah. Justin Herbert, born on this day, 1998, played at Oregon. Auburn beat Oregon while he was there. Bo Nix, it was an interesting, great matchup, and
first
Auburn
game of the year.
Yeah. But he has gone on to have a nice career. The beginning of it, anyway, with the Los Angeles Chargers. So hopefully, good luck to him.
Got a pretty good contract with that too.
Yeah. It's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you so much for being with us. He's Jim. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.